Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to take a look at the reading for you for February of 2022. We are moving along here. So, get some overall messages for you, and then we'll dive into your tarot reading. Spirit selected for you the Spirit Song Tarot today. So, your overall message. You have two cards that came out. You have the Way. Your luck is always changing. Follow the natural cycles, the rise, the fall, the ebb, the flow, as things are moving in and out. So being really in flow with Spirit. North Node is in your sign, Taurus. And so really paying attention to the signs and the signals along the way about what to keep and what to release and let go of. You do have a caution card that came out, and it says, it's basically, we have these little mountain goats. And so it is, there's a lot of energy right now. So Pluto, which the South Node is in Scorpio, which ruled by Pluto. Thank you. That there's this energy around this that you need to be cautious about where your next step is. So the Way says that if you are honest, then others will be honest with you. If you are open and vulnerable, others will be open and vulnerable with you. But if you are trying to keep things to yourself, others will keep things from you. So the way forward is basically going to be generated by your behavior. It will be mirrored back to you. And the caution is be very careful where you put your step. Like choosing to treat others in the way that you would like to be treated is going to net for you the results that you're looking for, that give you the information that you are looking for. The set information, that's really interesting. Okay, so, wow. But your spirit animal totems are wonderful. So I really want to take a look at, down here at the bottom, it says here, abandon false praise, and people around you will be truthful. Abolish formality, and those around you will be sincere. Forsake cleverness, and people around you will be kind to each other. And you have these kinds of energies that came out. You have the rabbit spirit and the otter spirit. And honestly, they're the two best ones, in my opinion, in this deck. The otter spirit is about finding that soulmate connection. It's two little otters all snuggled up together here in the shape of a heart. It's soulmate energy coming in. It says you are never alone. You are never alone. So the way that you choose to treat others is going to attract that like energy into your life. So whether that is in business or in personal, friendships, work relationships, romantic relationships, how you treat others this month in particular, it feels like instant karma comes back to you. My frothy green drink, because it turns out what's wrong with me is that I have acute toxic hepatitis. So it explains a lot of things like my hair and crap. Okay, so rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. To me, the rabbit is all about procreation, right? It is abundance. Rabbits multiply very, very quickly. So whatever it is that you choose to focus your time and your attention on, you can multiply abundance for yourself in very rapid order, in very rapid fashion. Astrologically, things are going to be speeding up. Venus, which rules your sign as of the day, so today, it's the 29th of January that I'm recording this on, she just moved direct. And so Venus direct is going to speed things up. This long path we've been on of discerning and deciding and trying to figure out what our next steps are. Well, by now clarity has come in. We've got Mars in Capricorn helping with this whole process and allowing us to start to progress forward. Mercury moves direct on the 3rd of February. We have a new moon that's happening on the 1st. And so there's this energy around things progressing forward, but they're all still talking to Pluto, which again rules the South Node, your house of partnership, if you're a Taurus rising. But in general, it is the area that you are, wherever it is in your chart that Scorpio falls. That is where you are releasing and letting go of, they said, ego. So as you release and let go of your sense of false pride and false, oh, this is about being really true and authentic to who you really are and being willing to put that out into the world in order to receive it back. As you do that, you will find that you are going to move in the direction that you would like to move in. Ooh. The challenge is going to be allowing yourself to not be in total control. Wow. Okay, look, you have the otter spirit that showed up, which I said is the soulmate card. And here you are. It is the 6. It is the lovers. And it's actually called love in this one. It says choice and trust. It's 2 wolves choosing to wolves are very interesting as far as a totem for the lovers card, because wolves will pack up, right? They run in packs when necessary. They can run on their own and take care of themselves as necessary, but they will pair off and procreate, right? That creative rabbit spirit. So something in your life that you want to multiply in abundance, finding that soulmate connection, which again could be a business partner or a love partner. But because the South Node and the North Node being where they are, I don't know, hard to say. You have big things happening here. Holy cow. Oh, that's that. Okay, so, and the rabbit showed up again. Just saying. Okay, overall energy for you. We have the Hermit, contemplation and wisdom. That's that energy here. This is the wisdom, the spending time to figure out what is of value to you, what is important. You can't even see that. It's a little koala bear. He's super cute. I love this deck and the messages, but you really can't see the pictures. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. It's hard to see the pictures. I can't recommend this particular deck enough in general. So, where do you find yourself? You find yourself in the 5 of Cups. It's called shells in here. But what I love about it, it's a lightning bug. It's called hope and readjustment. Hope and readjustment. That hermit always carries a lantern, and inside the lantern is a lightning bug to light the way, to show the path in traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So it is the inner light of the firefly that lights the way. And also, why do fireflies light up, you know? Pop quiz. Only the males do it. And they do it to attract the females. So this does not have to do with whether you're a male or a female. But this has to do with the putting the yang energy, the putting the energy out in order to attract in what you want and what you need. Whatever that partnership is, that new job opportunity, that relationship situation, whatever it is that you're working on, definitely feels like there's money involved in this whole situation here. So, but it looks like money mixed in a nice balance with emotional satisfaction. So we have here the challenge is the Emperor. The challenge is the Emperor. So the challenge is to stay focused and to create stability, or the challenge could be that there's someone in your life who's over controlling. It could be you or someone else. But there's this control factor, this focus to create the stability is the challenge. So either you could be very dispersed in your thinking and you have a lot of do we have a 7 of Cups here? No. Stay focused. You are so close to the end because the opportunity is the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Acorns. It's the Panther. And it says power and perseverance. So I think the challenge is to stay focused in order to create the stability that you want to bring in your life. It would be really odd to see somebody being manipulated and a Taurus being manipulated and controlled by others. I would find that very surprising. So I think what this is about a necessity on your part to stay really balanced, really focused on what it is that you are trying to bring in your environment. You have transformation coming. You have the transformation. It is the transition and the liberation. It's the katydid. The katydid has a 17-year cycle where it's underground and we don't see it. So it feels like a long-awaited change. Could it have been 17 years of you trying to figure something out? Quite possibly. But by and large, what happens when the katydid comes out? It comes out to make a lot of noise, which again is to attract mates. They mate and then they die and the eggs are laid and it takes, another 17 years. And so there is an opportunity here for abundance and growth coming to you, like a rare, I don't want to say rare opportunity, but it's like the divine timing, the way the wheel turns. Opportunities only come along really so often. We can always manifest and there's always things, but this feels like a major opportunity that is headed your way. And in order to do that, in order to bring that in, there is a cycle to it. It's cyclical nature, and like all the things are lining back up right at this moment and preparing you for it. And you are supposed to really lean into the cycle, because the energy of what to lean into is we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the octopus. The octopus to me is like more like an 8 of Wands kind of thing, because it's got all this energy that's going in many ways. But when it's the wheel, that means it's all working together. For an octopus to be able to propel itself through the water, everything has to work together. All the different things have to come together and work together in order to move them forward. And so you're in the situation where you have a great opportunity here to really propel yourself forward. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. More than half of your cards are major arcana. So when that happens, that means the hand of fate is at play here. Because you have the wheel, you have the emperor, you also have the empress in the outgo, which is also, again, this is manifesting the right partnership. The balance of very mature yin and yang energy coming together. What you put out, you're going to receive in return. So with this 9 of acorns as the opportunity, that means that you have a cycle that is very close to ending. The energy to lean into is the wheel of allowing the cycle to move. It is really hard as a fixed sign to allow shifts and changes to happen, particularly when you feel like they're not of your choice and you're making. And when you have more than half of your cards set up here as a major arcana, that tells me that for the most part, you don't have control over the cycle that is happening. It is divine timing at play, and you are being asked to allow yourself. They're literally showing me a hand with you in it, like to be cradled and carried to the next phase. Allow yourself to be carried. If you fight it, you can stop it. Absolutely. You do not have to go. You have free will. Boy, they're encouraging you to go, though. Holy cow. What is at the root? We have the 10 of crystals, the 10 of pentacles, the stability and the attainment. That is in your subconscious mind, is creating this stability. This is something you're really focused on, but in your conscious mind, we have the double energy. It's called the shadow, the self-empowerment, and the ambition, and it's a coyote. This is the energy of the South Node. This is what you are consciously thinking about. How do I release myself from these? They feel like soul contracts. Now, soul contracts, again, it could be a partnership that is romantic, or it could be a partnership that is business. But there's some kind of thing you have been long-term committed to. So maybe it's time to sell a house. Maybe it's time to sell a business. Maybe it's time to get out of a relationship. There is a contract, a major contract in your life. Time to release yourself from a contract and a job to take on a new one. There is an elevation that's coming from this, because you have good luck is on your side. You have the otter, which is about founding your soul tribe. We've got the emperor and the empress here. We've got the lover's card. And we have the Queen of Shells as an outcome. That's the Queen of Cups. That is emotionally, intuitively being filled up. And your advice card is to lean into the energy of the Queen of Crystals, which is Queen of Pentacles. Again, that nurturing, though, it's the nurturing. It is the receiving. You're being asked to allow yourself to receive what it is that you want. You have the Empress, which is all of the queens combined. The energy of all the queens combined. That's very receptive energy. That's the reception of information. The Queen of Swords, receiving the information and discerning and deciding. It is the Queen of Cups. It is the intuition and the downloads coming through. And I think you will find that in order to get to the Empress, that this energy of the intuition really comes in strong for you. You have the Queen of Crystals as your advice, so lean into what is your superpower. You are an earth sign. But instead of thinking about how do I create abundance, it is now how do I receive abundance. The King of Pentacles creates abundance. It is a yang energy. It is the putting the energy out there. But the receptive energy, the nurturing of what you have and the growing through love, being given and received in a very nice balance, that comes through the Queen of Pentacles. And that is your advice, is to lean into that energy. And you have a decision and a choice to make, which is obvious because the Lover's card is where you are sitting. This is your energy currently. Gosh, there we are. And it is called Choice and Trust. I believe at this end of this month, you get there, because we have what looks to me like a hawk, but it could be an eagle, but I swear it looks like a hawk. Two of acorns, insight and focus. This is sitting and waiting patiently for the opportunity and then knowing when to go for it. I live in the country and I drive almost an hour every day to get to work. And there are several things that I see at this time of year, because there's so many leaves down. First off, you see where all the hornets' nests are. But aside from that, you see the hawks sitting in the trees. You see them up on the poles, the power poles. You see them sitting there, but mostly what I see is I see them in flight. I don't know how they don't get hit by cars. They'll just come right across because they have spotted a little field mouse in the cornfield, and they've made the decision to go for what they need, what they want. And so this is that energy. We've got this hawk in flight. Driving the other day, I saw an eagle sitting in it. It was amazing. He was just sitting there. Because at first I thought, wow, that is a big hawk. And the hawks are big around here. But then I was like, that is so big. And then I realized it was an eagle. He was completely dark and with the white. And we do have eagles around here. I'm like, oh my God. And again, sitting patiently, waiting for the opportunity, knowing when to strike. That is where you're at right now. I think that by the end of the month, you are striking, because we have the Empress, which is represented by a bunny rabbit. And we have the bunny rabbit. So this looks like so much opportunity, a long cycle, right? The 10 of crystals, that's 10. That's the end of a cycle. The 9 is nearing the cycle, is the opportunity to complete something. But you had focus show up on a couple of these: power, self-empowerment, your ambition. What is it that you really want? What are you trying to bring in? What are you trying to achieve? Because the caution is to be authentic to who you are, so that you are going for what you really want. Because whatever you go for, you're going to manifest. You're Taurus. You always manifest what you go after. The question is, are you choosing something that allows you to also feel in balance? It doesn't escape my notice that we have the Lover's card and we have these two equally balanced energies here of the Queens, the ability to nurture and receive. to nurture and receive. And so the choice is, who do you trust in whatever you're going for? So is the career change you're making going to allow you to feel nurtured and receiving what you need? Is the partnership that you're picking, business or personal, doing that? If you're making the choice to move, do you feel like the community you're moving into is going to make you feel more comfortable, like you belong, to nurture and receive? This year, that 2022, all those twos is about finding our soulmates and finding where we belong. And if you add the 3 of them up, you get a 6, the Lover's card. But that is also the number of harmony and peace. And so this is a year for seeking out the harmony and the peace. And this month, we have all those twos lined up in there again, right? It's the 2nd month of the year. And if you add that up with when the new moon falls, you're talking about this energy of a divinely guided change in direction that will take you where you want to go. So it's truly beautiful energy. All right, I'm going to take a look at that North Node specifically. We're going to break it up by opportunity and challenge, and we're going to break it up by Sun, Moon, and Rising to see what it is that you got. I am on Facebook if you would like the astrology. You could do a little daily 3 or 4 minute video over there. And the weekly astrology is now moved into the membership portal. And I am doing Moon Night Live this week on the 31st. And honestly, that is open only to members. And so you would need to be a member. But I'm taking actually personal questions. I don't have anything in particular that I am looking to answer. Just so whatever your questions are, bring them. So what I will do is at 6:30 on Monday night, I will put the link in the membership portal, and then you can join if you would like to into the call. Wow. This North Node is allowing you the opportunity to really create harmony and victory in your life. It is Aries, and it is this root chakra, this red energy, but it's a water sign. It's the nasturtium. Look at that crown on the top. You have an opportunity with this North Node in your sign to come out on the other side knowing where you want to go, and it's an 18-month cycle, and feeling really confident and victorious. The North Node in your sign is like the North Node pointing you in the direction you want to go, but it starts with you being very, very authentic and truthful with yourself. So if you are Sun in Taurus, your opportunity is in feeling whole and complete. Bring yourself into true harmony. It is the mulberry, but it is bringing all the pieces and the parts of yourself back together to create sweetness and abundance. The challenge is going to be allowing yourself to chase down your passion. Because it is when you combine hard work with what makes you feel excited to get out of bed and get to work in the morning, whether it's work on a relationship or work on at work. It's in all parts of your life, right? And it is this, what gets you out of bed in the morning. When you wake up, you should feel like, oh, I get to do this today, whatever this is. And if you're not feeling that way, here's an opportunity over the next 18 months to get real honest with yourself about how do you do that? How do you bring that in so that you feel fully and truly abundant? Not that things are bitter like a radish, but they're sweet and abundant like mulberry wine. And so how do you do that? How do you bring this into your life? And it takes being very grounded in your passion. Not being grounded in the need for abundance. When you're passionate about something, the abundance will follow. That's what they just said. Interesting. If it is your moon, Okay, Taurus moon. You have the apple here. It is the energy of Capricorn. And Capricorn's where we've been doing all this work lately, like trying to figure out what are the next steps. So it is your step-by-step behavior, your movement in the direction will yield a harvest for you. The problem is this water sign here, this Scorpio energy of being, so what can you release and let go of? It's called refinement. So it is about releasing and let you have too many things. There's a need to focus. It's almost like a need to focus. This refinement means to it's almost like Seven of Cups energy. There's too many things going on. So go deep enough. Scorpio is all about releasing and letting go and ending cycles, right? It's in the South Node, making it even more so. So what major cycles are you going to complete so that you can create the harvest? So I almost feel like they're really working together. So it's like something that you're trying to do requires you to let things complete in order to have the harvest. Like, don't stunt the tree. It needs more nurturing and love and attention. Stuff has to go. Oh, okay, so they're showing me pruning. All right, so when you prune, okay, yeah. All right, so when you prune back the dead wood, the branches that are not producing the fruit, that stimulates growth and abundance in the other limbs of the tree. So that's part of the refinement. So whatever you're working on, there's too much going on, and some of it no longer serves the greater good of what you're trying to accomplish. For rising sign, ooh, okay, yep, here we go. If you are a Taurus rising, I'm going to talk about the challenge first. The challenge here is affection. And what they depicted it also shows Taurus on that sign, which is interesting. But it is a cat in a mirror. It's the shadow. The challenge for Taurus rising is to be, if you're a Taurus rising, it says affection. If you're a Taurus rising, 7th house of partnership is Scorpio. Okay? The relationships that you are in reflect the shadow needs of you. How, again, back to the way. If you are truthful with people, people are truthful with you. If you are vulnerable, if you don't, when I say truthful, because I know Tauruses, they're like, I always tell the truth. But that's not true. It's really not true. You feel like quite often that telling somebody the honest truth about a situation is going to either hurt their feelings or create drama. So you want to avoid doing those things because you like everything to stay calm and stable, and you don't want to rock the boat, and so you aren't necessarily forthcoming. And lying by omission is still lying. It's still not being truthful. And then what I find happens with Taurus is that quite often, all of a sudden, the straw that breaks the camel's back hits, and they blow up, and nobody wants to be around that. My dad was a Taurus rising. It was horrible. When you get mad, oh my God, get out of there. So if you can, on a regular basis, be authentic with, I really would prefer it if we could do it this way. Or I would really appreciate it if I could have time to do that. Instead of trying to be Johnny on the spot for everyone else and pushing down your own needs, if you would speak up about what it is that you really want and need, you would find that most people would be happy to accommodate. And if they aren't, what are you doing with them, right? So it isn't about trying to keep harmony in a relationship by not speaking up about what it is that you need. So truth and authenticity is speaking from your heart about what you truly want and need and what your goals and your dreams and your desires are, but also remembering to allow other people to do that too, so you can create the balance, right? It's give and take. But this shadow side, if you have somebody who's always telling you what to do all the time, then they're reflecting back to you the fact that maybe you're a little too controlling. If you have somebody that allows you to run all over them, they may be reflecting back to you that either you're over controlling or you don't speak up enough. And you're going to have to look at your own situation. This is a very general reading, okay? But the mirror, the shadow in the mirror, really important that we face it. And the more that we can become our true authentic selves, we're going to draw and attract to us in our lives in all forms. Jobs, career opportunities, places to live, relationships, friends, intimate, children, however that goes. The more open and authentic we are, the more vulnerable we are, the more likely we're going to attract those kind of relationships. I'll give you another example, and this one's me. So I was a single parent, 3 kids, and I didn't want my kids to ever worry that we would not be okay. And so I didn't really share with them all of what I was doing in order to keep us afloat. And I didn't share. I didn't think they needed to know. I think I was wrong because they never worry if I'm okay. Literally, they don't worry. I told my son that I have toxic hepatitis, and he was like, "Oh, is that something I can catch from you?" That was literally all he asked. And I thought, no, it's something I could die from. But they never asked. But they expect me to be really strong and be able to do everything. And so I think that Taurus does that. I think it's an earth sign thing. I think that I see Virgos do this too. We get so like we just want to take care of everybody and we want to be the strong one and we want to make sure everything's good for everyone, that we forget to vocalize what it is that we need. And so we forget to be vulnerable. We forget to let them see there's some chinks in this armor. Like, I'm human over here. And I think if you can do that, if you can open up in a relationship and share that out, I think that you will find that people will respond. And then you'll get the nurturing and the caring that you are supposed to have. Remember, you are supposed to be able to receive. You have 2 queens here. The advice is to allow yourself to be nurtured in return. And this is water and earth. And those are already the yin energies. And so the queens are about reception. And when it's the yin energy of water and earth, it is about allowing yourself to receive the nurturing and the care that you need. But if you don't speak up and if you're not honest with people, they don't know. You got luck on your side. Again, the same as this little bunny rabbit says, now is a lucky time. This north node in your sign, Taurus rising, it says lime, luck. Things are going to naturally fall together as long as you are willing to be authentically who you are and you don't block the flow of blessings and grace that are flowing to you right now, because that is the way the planets are lined up, the universe is lined up to present you with this. It's really nice. Okay? I'm going to go over to the membership portal and do the Love and Soul Path reading now. And so that'll be up in a few minutes. Well, about an hour from now. And let's see what else. Facebook. And again, if you would like to do the Moon Night Live with me, you do need to be a member. And there's still time to sign up for that. Holy cow. There's time to shine. Okay, I'm going to just say it. There's time to shine. I think it's your time to shine. Allow yourselves to shine out there and be authentically who you are. Be the little firefly and attract into your life what it is that you really want. There's no reason to be feeling left out in the dark. You are your own light. All right? You guys take good care. I'll talk to you soon.